Your emails aren't as private as you think. Even if you're still using a secure email provider, there's a good chance someone, somewhere, can still access your data. That's exactly why Proton Mail exists. It promises top-tier encryption, no tracking, and complete privacy. But is it actually as private as it claims? Or is there a hidden catch? In this video, I'll be diving deep into what Proton Mail does right, where it falls short, and whether it's worth the value for what it offers compared to other email providers. At the end, I'll give you my final verdict. And trust me, there's one thing about its privacy-first promise that might surprise you. Stick around to find out. Drop a comment on your biggest email issue. Let's see if Proton Mail truly fixes it or falls short. Now let's dive in. If you've ever felt like your inbox is just one big data farm for advertisers, you're not wrong. Most email providers, especially Gmail, scan your emails, track your activity, and serve targeted ads based on what you write and receive. But Proton Mail, it does things differently. So let's talk about what makes it stand out. One of Proton Mail's biggest selling points is its encryption, which is where it really flexes its privacy muscles. Proton Mail uses end-to-end encryption, and this is achieved using the OpenPGP email encryption standard, which uses public key cryptography to securely transmit messages between individuals. This simply means the contents of your emails are encrypted on your device before being uploaded to our servers, and can only be decrypted and read by the intended recipient. Not even Proton Mail itself can read your emails, which is something you can't say for Gmail or Outlook. But there is a catch with this encryption, and it's something a lot of people don't realise. I'll get into that in a bit. And because Proton Mail is based in Switzerland, it benefits from some of the strongest privacy laws in the world. Swiss regulations don't allow companies just to hand over user data like in the US or EU, so on paper, your emails are about as private as they can get. Another thing that makes Proton Mail different is that there are no ads. Unlike Gmail or Outlook, Proton Mail doesn't track your emails to serve you targeted ads. It follows a privacy-first approach, which means no creepy algorithms scanning your messages to figure out what you might want to buy next. This makes the inbox feel a lot cleaner. Just your emails, nothing else. And honestly, once you get used to an ad-free inbox, it's hard to go back. Speaking of clean, Proton Mail isn't just about privacy. It also allows you to customize the appearance of your inbox. And now I'm not just talking about dark mode, which is nice. Proton Mail offers a range of unique themes that make your inbox feel fresh with minimalist layouts, high contrast designs for better readability, and even some that tweak the interface to feel more modern. It's not a significantly standout feature, but hey, if you spend a good chunk of your day in your inbox, you might as well want to make it look good, in my opinion. Alright, let's take a look at one feature I find very interesting. If you need to send a highly sensitive email, like a password, financial details, or anything that shouldn't linger in someone's inbox indefinitely, Proton Mail lets you set a password for your email. Instead of sending the actual message, it sends a secure link to the recipient. They can only read the email after entering the password you set. A newly created tab by Proton will open automatically for this purpose. You can also set expiry dates, which ensures that emails automatically self-destruct from the recipient's inbox after a certain time. You can also select this option if you're sending to a non-Proton Mail user. Additionally, Proton Mail isn't just an email provider. It's part of a privacy-focused ecosystem. With one Proton account, you get access to a secure VPN, an encrypted calendar, and Proton Drive for cloud storage, all designed with the same privacy-first mindset. It's like having your entire digital workspace locked down in one place. However, there's one last feature to explore: email migration. Other email providers like Gmail and Zoho offer this feature using IMAP protocols, which can make the switching process a bit of a hassle. Proton Mail makes this transition smooth with Easy Switch. This feature allows you to migrate your emails, contacts, and even calendars from providers like Gmail and Outlook with just a few clicks. Plus, it can automatically forward new emails from your old inbox, so you won't miss anything. This sounds great, right? Well, here's where my experience gets interesting. When I tried moving my Gmail over, I received a weird error message at the end, urging me to report the issue. I had no clue why that happened until I discovered via Google support that Proton Mail isn't among the support email clients listed, which explained the error occurrence. But when I moved my Outlook account, smooth as butter. No hiccups, no missing emails, just an instant encrypted inbox with special labels differentiating my Outlook emails from my Protons. That got me thinking. Proton Mail does a lot right, but it does have its share of flaws. So let's talk about where it falls short. But before we dive in, if you're finding this video helpful, a quick like and subscribe would mean a lot and help keep the channel going. Done? Awesome. Alright, let's get into it. Now, after using Proton Mail for a while, a few things started to feel like drawbacks. First up is inbox organization. If you're used to Gmail's smart filtering, where emails automatically sort themselves into primary, promotions, and socials, Proton Mail might feel a bit old school. Everything lands in one inbox, but you can create custom filters and labels if you want your incoming emails well sorted out separately. It's fine if you like a hands-on approach, but if your inbox is a war zone of newsletters, subscriptions, and actual important emails, it can get overwhelming fast. Then there's the encryption. I've talked about how Proton Mail locks down your messages, but here's the catch. End-to-end encryption only works when both people are using Proton Mail. If you send an email to someone on Gmail or Outlook, it is only encrypted from Proton servers and during transit, but loses this encryption when it arrives at the recipient's mailbox, which is also similar to Tutormail's encryption method, where the latter only encrypts emails once it reaches its server. However, there's a way around this. Proton Mail gives you the option to send password-protected emails to non-Proton recipients. This feature provides end-to-end encryption to emails sent to recipients using Gmail, Yahoo, or Outlook. If you don't use this option, Proton Mail still encrypts your emails in transit using TLS encryption, as long as the recipient's email provider supports it, which most do. But here's something to know. Unlike true end-to-end encryption, TLS only protects your email during transit. Once it lands in, say, a Gmail inbox, Google technically has access to it and can hand it over if requested. So, if your recipients are non-Proton users, using password-protected emails is the way to go. Let's revisit the surprise I mentioned earlier. Proton Mail has a strong reputation for prioritizing privacy, yet in 2021, it faced backlash after complying with a legal request that resulted in the arrest of a French climate activist. Under Swiss law, Proton Mail had to collect and deliver the individual's IP address to Swiss authorities, which subsequently passed it onto the French police. To be fair, they were legally required to comply, as there was no possible way to appeal the request. But it still raises the question, how private is Proton Mail really? What are your thoughts on this incident? Well, let me know in the comments. Another thing that might trip you up is third-party app support. If you like using desktop email clients, Proton Mail offers limited support. It only supports email clients like Apple Mail, Outlook, and Mozilla Thunderbird. To use these clients, you first need to install an add-on called Proton Bridge, which adds end-to-end encryption to the supported email clients. Unlike Outlook, which allows you to start syncing your other email accounts in simple steps without the need for the add-on. So yeah, Proton Mail isn't as flawless as it proclaims itself to be. That said, we've arrived at the deciding factors for most users. Is Proton Mail worth its value for money? Is the free plan enough? Or do you need to go premium? And how does it stack up against Gmail, Outlook, and other competitors like Tutor, for example? Let's break all that down. No matter how great an email service is, it all comes down to what you get for your money or for free. So how does Proton Mail compare to the competition in terms of offerings and cost of value? Here's a quick comparison of Proton Mail, Gmail, Outlook, and Tutor Mail to give you a clearer picture. At first glance, Proton Mail, alongside Tutor Mail, stands out for its privacy features, end-to-end encryption, and no ads. However, both aren't without some limitations. They only provide 1 GB of free storage, significantly less than Gmail, and Outlook's 15 GB. Plus, third-party app support is non-existent, meaning you can't connect it to email clients like Apple Mail or Outlook, except with the use of Proton Bridge if you're going with Proton Mail. So while both Proton Mail and Tutor Mail are excellent for privacy, they require some trade-offs in terms of convenience and storage. If privacy is your top priority, they're both great options. But if you need seamless third-party app support or more free storage, Gmail and Outlook might be the better fit. Looking at the cost of value, here's how Proton Mail's pricing compares. Proton Mail's free plan is clearly more restrictive than Gmail or Outlook, offering just a fraction of their storage. If you're someone who needs a lot of space, you might find this a bit of a deal breaker. But if privacy is your top concern, then Proton Mail's encryption and ad-free experience might make it worth it. For businesses, Proton Mail's entry plan, Mail Essentials, is competitively cheaper than Google's Business Standard, Tutor Business, and Microsoft's 365 Business Basic. To make things even better, I stumbled upon a webpage where you can get great deals on Proton's plans. I've included the link in the description, so feel free to check it out while it lasts. However, if your work relies on seamless integration with third-party apps and collaboration tools, Google and Microsoft options are far more flexible. Would you be willing to trade some convenience for a more secure inbox? Let me know in the comments. So, is Proton Mail the best option for your emails? If privacy, security, and an ad-free inbox matter most, it's a strong choice. Its encryption keeps your email secure, and the clean interface is a plus, especially if you don't rely on third-party apps. However, Proton Mail may seem limited if you need seamless inbox organization, deep integrations, or more than 1 GB of free storage. Ultimately, it's ideal for privacy-conscious users, but less suited for those who prioritize convenience. If you'd like to see the best email providers or the best cloud storage, you can check out these videos. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.